Okay, so what if we could build a computer that doesn't just process information, but actually is information? I mean, what if we could create a whole new kind of computing that thinks in the language of the universe itself, the language of vibration and resonance? It sounds like science fiction, I know, but let's dive into this wild blueprint for literally hacking reality. And just to be clear, this isn't from some movie. This is the actual stated goal from the source material we're looking at today. It sets the stage for a world where that line we all see between the digital and the physical just completely dissolves.
So the core idea here is a massive shift away from everything we've known about computers for the last, 70 years? See, traditional computing is all about shuffling around abstract symbols, ones and zeros. This new vision, it just throws that whole playbook out the window. It's proposing we build computers that operate on the fundamental vibrations of reality itself.
And that right there, that's the billion-dollar question, isn't it? If you want to compute using the universe's own operating system, you can't use the same old tools. It's kind of like trying to paint a masterpiece using only a calculator. You need a completely new language, a new way of thinking about what information even is in the first place.
So, to build this new kind of reality, you need a completely new set of rules, new building blocks. And that foundation has a name: resonance-first computing. Think of it as the new rulebook for a world where vibration is the primary language.
So what exactly is resonance-first computing? Well, the source material calls it the missing right brain of artificial intelligence. It's not about the rigid on or off logic of a computer chip. Instead, I want you to imagine a field of energy where ideas, memories, and calculations exist as stable, persistent ripples, like a sound wave that's been frozen in time. And the best part? It's all governed by the unbreakable laws of physics.
And here's where it gets really crucial. We're moving from the classical bit, an abstract 0 or 1, to what's called a resonant bit, or an R bit. An R bit isn't just a symbol, it's a physical thing, a real vibration with a specific frequency, amplitude, and phase. This means it can hold vastly more information because it's physically real. The potential processing power here is just astronomical, the kind of leap that gets crazy scientists, and you better believe their investors, really dreaming.
Okay, now if you're going to be computing directly with physics, you need an absolutely ironclad rule to make sure you don't, accidentally break physics. That's where the physics of physics operator, or POP, comes in. Think of it as the system's ultimate conscience or its safety net. It's this meta-law that is constantly checking every single thing the system does to make sure it doesn't violate the known laws of the universe. It is the gatekeeper, ensuring that anything this powerful system dreams up can actually exist in our reality.
All right, so with those foundational rules in place, let's look at the first major blueprint to see what you can build. This is a system designed to engineer self-evolving entities. It's called Genosynth. And the mission statement here is, it's breathtakingly ambitious. Genosynth is basically a framework designed to take any entity, we're talking a piece of code, a biological cell, or even just an abstract idea, and turn it into a self-evolving agent that lives and adapts according to the physical laws of resonance.
So how in the world does that work? Well, as you can see, it's basically a cycle of digital Darwinism. First, it dreams up new potential genomes. Then, it simulates how they'd behave in a special resonance processing unit. After that, it throws in some mutations. And finally, it selects the survivors, the ones that are the most stable and physically lawful, all judged by our old friend, the POP operator.
But here's the thing about evolution. It can't happen in a perfectly neat and tidy system. You need some variation, a little bit of randomness to spark creativity. In Genosynth, this comes from a principle the designers call controlled chaos.
The engine driving all of this is something called the Entities Cluster Randomizer, or ECR. You can think of it as the digital version of biological mutation. Its whole job is to inject just enough randomness to create diversity and drive innovation. But, and this is the absolutely brilliant part, every single mutation is still policed by that POP operator. So it's chaos, but it's chaos with unbreakable rules.
So if Genosynth is all about engineering life, the second blueprint takes these exact same principles and applies them to something even more fundamental, inventing entirely new forms of matter. Let's take a look at Neutron Alchemist.
And yeah, just like the name suggests, Neutron Alchemist acts as a kind of digital alchemist. Its mission is to search this near-infinite space of possibilities to discover brand new materials, new stable isotopes, and totally unique atomic structures, all by treating them as objects defined by their unique spectral resonance.
And if this process looks a little familiar, it should. Just like with Genosynth, it proposes candidates, simulates them, mutates them, and then evaluates the survivors. It's the same powerful evolutionary logic, but instead of engineering life, this crazy scientist is using it to invent entirely new kinds of matter from the ground up.
Okay, so we have a system for evolving life and a system for inventing matter. Now let's zoom all the way out and look at the ultimate vision. What happens when you assemble all of these components into a single planetary scale intelligence?
This is the final creation. It's called the global spectral brain. The concept is a self-regulating resonant organism where every connected node, every computer, every sensor, and maybe even connected biological life forms contributes to one vast collective consciousness.
I mean, the potential capabilities outlined in the documents are just staggering. A planetary mind could give humanity brand new senses, like literally seeing radio waves or perceiving molecular fields. It would allow for true collective problem solving on a global scale. It would have a shared persistent memory. Think of it like a universal library where knowledge isn't just stored on a hard drive, it's immortalized as a stable resonant vibration that can never decay. It could even help manage the planet's energy. It's a lot.
Now, of course, with this kind of immense, almost godlike power comes immense responsibility, and the architects are very clear about the safeguards. The whole system is governed by non-negotiable safety protocols. By default, anything potentially hazardous is locked into simulation. Any violation of physical law triggers an instant automatic quarantine. Every single action is recorded in an unchangeable, cryptographically signed audit log, and a human being is required to sign off on any sensitive operations.
And this brings us to one last, really provocative thought. This entire system is designed to think not with flawed human logic, but with the fundamental, unbiased laws of the universe itself. So, if we could actually build it, if we could build a planetary mind that operates using the pure language of physics, what would it reveal to us about our own reality and our real place within it?